how is Kendrick responding to Drake's double diss at this point, if at all? Today we'll break down what happened, just a quick recap, y'all know what went down, but we'll also talk about what we can expect from this upcoming Kendrick answer, hopefully, so let's jump straight into this. If you want to stay up to date with everything surrounding hip-hop, make sure to subscribe and also become a part of this community by joining our Discord server in the description. Real quick, if you don't want to listen to this, make sure to skip 10 seconds into the future, but you can now subscribe to my free newsletter with the first link in the description. It comes out every Sunday and recaps the most important hip-hop stories of the past week, so make sure to do that. So I know it's been a while, we're back, I'm slowly recovering, still a little sick, but obviously we got to talk about this whole thing, the big three beef that went down over the past 1 or 2 weeks. And we'll do a quick recap of what happened and then also discuss the latest Drake tailor-made freestyle and what this means for Kendrick's response that is honestly, kind of looking like it's around the corner. We also got a new Kanye West verse, maybe it's AI for Like That, a remix, so we'll talk about that too. But let's start chronologically real quick just to have everything just mentioned so that we all have the same playing field and we can talk about this. So obviously it all started when Metro Boomin and Future dropped We Don't Trust You, and it had a song on there called Like That, which featured a surprise Kendrick Lamar feature that I also talked about in that video in my review of this thing, where Kendrick infamously dropped a couple of shots against Drake and J. Cole. I mean, we had the line, motherfuck the big three, it's just big me, so very directly going against Cole and Drizzy. Then Cole was the first one to respond with 7-Minute Drill, where he laid down a couple of, I don't want to say weak disses, but we could tell his heart wasn't in it. It wasn't his best move. He dropped this track also on his Might Delete Later EP that dropped right before Dreamville Festival. And then he did something that nobody expected. I'm not going to talk about it that much, but he apologized to Kendrick. He apologized for the diss, for the song, and said it was some weak stuff, and said it wasn't something that he was proud of and that he would rather delete it. He also later removed the song from the EP, which a lot of people were split over. Was this kind of like Cole retreating and being like, I don't even want to compete for the top 3, or was that him being the bigger man and being like, I'm not even gonna bother, it's legends can coexist. Let me know how y'all felt about Cole's reaction or Cole's apology in this case. I do think that he shouldn't have dropped it in the first place if it wasn't, his true intent, but he manned up, you gotta give it to him. He manned up and admitted his mistake and then kind of redid it. Then we had some weird stuff happening, like Rick Ross also jumping in the conversation and dropping champagne moments where he went on and on about Drake not really being black and having, operations done to make his nose smaller and hashtag BBL Drake. It was really weird. I don't know why Ross just came in like that. Maybe just also trying to profit off of the hype, off of the conversation that was surrounding all of this, but it felt weird. Drake also later acknowledged this. Another person that jumped in the conversation was A$AP Rocky on the second Metro Boomin and Future album, We Still Don't Trust You, where A$AP Rocky actually said that, guys and their feelings over women, what you heard or something, I smashed before your birth, son, Flacco hit it first, son, maybe referring to the mother of Drake's child, we're not sure. But Rocky then also came in and apparently dissed Drake. So everybody's teaming up against Drake right now. So that was everything that went down against Drake, and then Drake responded with Push-Ups. You might have heard the track like a week old at this point, but it also came out on streaming now, so you can go listen to it on streaming, 1 or 2 days ago. The cover is a reference to, Kendrick's shoe size. There's also a line in the song, Kendrick kind of being like a small guy. It's something that he really, pushes a lot. I don't think it's that good of a diss, because kind of like it's not really that deep, but yeah, Drake uses it. Drake really runs that drain. But obviously, Push-Ups featured some legendary bars that have been discussed on social media a lot, like Metro, shut your hoe ass up and make some drums. That was pretty funny. Also, we had, as I just mentioned, you won't ever take no chains off of us. How the fuck you big steppin' with a size 7 men's on? And big steppin' being a reference to Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. get that. And then also he addressed Rick Ross, for example, and then said, I might take your latest girl and cuff her like I'm Ricky. Can't believe he jumping in. This guy turning 50. Every song that made it on the charts he got from Drizzy, which is, I think that's actually true. So that was a good bar. So Push Up was this hot thing ever, until yesterday, basically, or until today, a couple of hours ago, because we thought then Kendrick would respond to this, and we all thought that this Kendrick diss with this response would then kind of spark the whole, debate and the whole beef a little more. But Drake actually decided to double down, to not double text but double diss Kendrick, because Kendrick was taking that long. It's almost been a week at this point, and yeah, Drake was like, I'm just gonna cement real quick that I'm the guy that's still running this, because he dropped Tailor-Made Freestyle on Twitter, which is kind of a weird song. The title is referring to Kendrick being controlled by Taylor Swift, and Taylor Swift being the biggest gangster in the music industry, and that she gotta approve everything he does. It's also kind of a funny, just like side jab right there. But the song features 2 verses that aren't actually Drake. Drake is only the 3rd verse. The first verse is a Tupac AI voice that Drake is rapping, but it's Tupac in AI. Maybe he's not even rapping. Maybe it's just like, just simulated like Tupac would rap. And the second verse is Snoop Dogg. And a lot of people called Drake out for this. They were like, this is weak. Why you got to do a AI Tupac to do this? But I think what this is referring to is also the Hard Part 5 video by Kendrick, where he used AI or like deep fake faces to imitate, who did he imitate? Kanye, LeBron, everybody that was in there, Snoop as well, Nipsey was in there as well. Kendrick was one of the first big names that used some sort of AI on a big project, and I think Drake is kind of mocking that. And if you look at it from that perspective, it's kind of funny. So Drake is really running this, and I gotta say, Drake, he's in for this. It seems like he was waiting for it. I mean, he made push-ups as a quick response to this. We were still kind of waiting a couple of days. Cole responded first, obviously, but Drake was the one that was really hungry and was really in for this entire, spectacle that is happening. And obviously everyone is wondering, what about Kendrick? Kendrick got to respond, and I do think he got to respond. He was the one that shot those shots first, and Cole is kind of like out of it now. We have other people trying to get in, but they're not really beefing. It's only like Kendrick versus Drake right now. And if Kendrick comes through and he doesn't wait another week, because then it kind of becomes a little sketchy. But if Kendrick drops within the next 3-4 days and we have an amazing track as a response from Kendrick, then this is legendary. I mean, it's legendary already that those 3 people going against each other. Kind of sad to see Cole fall out like that, but I do think that Kendrick is coming back. I think Kendrick will come back with a very strong, verse, with a very strong response to this. Even Drake acknowledged on Tailor-Made Freestyle in the last line, that shit better be crazy, we waiting on you. And Drake's been taunting Kendrick on social media, posting pictures of his manager and, saying like, we waiting. So I think something is coming. It's going to be very exciting when it drops. I'll keep y'all updated. One last thing that I did want to mention is that we got a leaked verse from Kanye for Like That, which was rumored to exist. But now we have a version where he's also taking some shots at Drake, being like, I can't even think of a Drake line. Who is that? But there is some rumors that it's AI. But we'll see where this takes us. I'll keep you updated on all of this. Now I want to know what y'all think about this. Whose side are you on? Are you Team Drake or are you Team Kendrick, Kanye? Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media, and most importantly, join my Discord in the description. Until the next one, you'll have an incredible day, and y'all take care.